Hello, hello. Let's see here. It's time for the fifth update. The fifth development update for Malison. It's going to be another pretty quick update. Pretty quick one. And so let's just get started. Yeah, no ado required here. None at all. So, what I've been working on last week, I've been working some more on side quests of Chapter 1. I finished all the quests of Nab the Kobold. And I'm moving on to some other quests this coming week. I've also added a nasty surprise inside her house when you're retrieving her items. Added just a little twist that happens as you explore the house, which could be pretty fun. Otherwise, let's just show some of the other stuff I've been working on. I'll just launch the game real quick. Oh, and also, after the stream, I'll take a little break to go take a walk, and then I'll be playing King's Field. I'll be playing King's Field, the Ancient City on stream. That should be fun. I was thinking of playing some more Pathfinder Kingmaker, but unfortunately, I'm in the middle of doing something kind of boring in Kingmaker. I'm kind of between two chapters right now, and I'm just kind of doing some city administration stuff. So it feels like if I that would be an extremely boring stream if I streamed that. So maybe next week I'll do some more Kingmaker. But I thought, yeah, playing King's Field, the Ancient City, that might be fun. All right, but yes. So I'm just running this here. It's taking a little while to compile. There you go. Okay, here it is. So I'll just show a couple things real quick. So first of all, let's go over here. And here's one of the things that I've added last week. A little book opening animation. Look at that. Ain't that smooth? Whoop. Whoop. And that's a nice, adds a little flair. It's a little flair to that menu. It needs more detailing. The end frame is detailed, but the actual opening animation, if you went through it at slow motion, you'd notice that it's really sketchy. Also, I've been working on the menu here. Like I said in the last update, there's some stuff here I need to do. I didn't actually really change the core of the menu yet, but I want to update how this works here to have fewer options to simplify it a little bit. I want to simplify the general display here. I might actually remove some of the information here, like the reach information here. It might not really be that necessary to remind you the reach of each character. Yeah, that's not, that doesn't feel... Now it's reach is way more clear inside combat now and when you're picking an attack. So I feel like I can probably just simplify the display here and make it a lot less scary. Make it a lot less, charged with information. By removing, the reach, by removing the display for what weapons they have equipped. Probably just putting more space for the life bar and the power bar. And also some more space to show minions if you have them and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's gonna feel less loaded with info a bit. The sub-menus are not different yet. I do need to modify these a bit too. We've been discussing ways to simplify this screen too, because right now, when you're actually looking at an item here, this is a lot of stuff going on here, and it might be possible to make it that like more of this information would maybe show up when you're selecting a new item instead of being always there, you know? Or maybe splitting all of that info into 2 separate screens that you switch between. So you still have all the same information, but you need to like use a button to swap between like two pages there. And that might help to make it more legible a bit, to make it less overwhelming. But yeah, that's something I'll need to experiment with. But yeah, so yeah, we've gone over a few options here. Like also another option was the weight. So right now, weight is displayed underneath the names here. I might move the weight information to be where the cursor is, that little arrow. And instead of an arrow as a cursor, it might just like, you know, surround it. It might be more like a rectangle around the whole thing. And I might just put the weight information where that arrow is instead. So yeah, I was chatting with Justin on with ASCII on how to improve this menu here. All right, so that's one thing. Next, the 2 sections of the game actually have new assets. I have shown previews of these new assets in the past when they were being developed. So there's relatively new assets here, but I showed these last week. So this street here looks a lot nicer now. We have been working on tweaking the color balance of the street here because it was very, very green. Had a very intense green before. Now it's a bit more gray. I think it's a little bit more pleasant looking. But here, so this here, these are new assets for these buildings here. They're very nice. This is all by Scaredactyl. Again, I've shown a preview of these new assets, I think 2 weeks ago, as he was still working on these. And yeah, these are a big improvement. I can warp across here. You see some more there. Yeah, oh, look at this rubble. Isn't it nice? Oh, I need to... yeah, I think the zones here... Yeah, the collisions are still the collisions from before the update, so some of the collisions are not right. So right now you can actually walk onto the rubble. But, you know, I'll fix that. So yeah, look at this nice rubble. Look at this burnt down house here. Yeah, this looks much nicer than before. There's still a little bit of work. We're gonna do a second pass on this later. There's especially some more work needed for like the junction between the street and the, like there needs to be more stuff. Like the line between the street and the house is just a little too clean. It needs just a little bit more clutter here to feel more natural. But yeah, so this is one of the places with new assets, yeah. And actually, so the next thing Scaredactyl is going to be working on is the interior of these buildings here. So he's already worked on improving these and adding some detail. But I want to add some extra detail for when you come back to here later and it's more infested, when the infestation has gone worse. So I want to add like just horrible goo, horrible like insect infestation traces on all the walls there. And also, I also tasked him with adding more like unique details to the underground here. So right now, all of the details here are just sort of like all the details here are just sort of like tiles. So there aren't really like handmade details here yet, like individual like unique sprites for like, yeah. So I just wanted this to be a bit more, to have some unique details here and there instead of always the same walls. Just something that you're gonna be able to recognize. Yeah. So that's the next thing to do here. So yeah, this is Scaredactyl's work. And And the next thing is... yes. There is another area with new tiles. These are not finished. This is just sort of like the first pass of those tiles. It is the interior of the tower, the West Tower, which you can actually enter right at the start of the game. So this is what it looks like now. The transition here needs to be done better. But yeah, so still some work left to be done. There's no the floor tiles here are not the right images. That's just we just didn't have floor tiles yet, so I just reused mismatching floor tile just so it's not just a black void. But yeah, this is the look here of the first floor. Very nice. There's gonna be some there's like some rays of light. I'm gonna do some effects here so it's semi-transparent. I'm gonna slightly animate these shafts of light here. I'm gonna animate the hanging banners there to sway a little bit. I'd also like to have some falling dust, some bits of falling dust, to really sort of sell this as a large empty area. Yeah, so that's the first floor. Now let's check out the floor just above that. Again, the floor here, the floor tiles are temporary. But here you got a big old hole there. And here you got some stairs up. And this is the third floor. So again, a little sketchy, but you can kind of tell the idea. And then you go outside. And now it's raining. The door here is going to have to be replaced by more of a hole in the wall. And this is going to be just rubble that you're climbing on to get to the top of the tower. Right? Oh. And there's these pterodactyl monsters attacking you here because you're approaching their nest. And there's a slight parallax effect on the background. I'll probably add a few more layers there. Probably add some layers for the tower itself. So it's gonna feel like there's another chunk of the tower there that's a little further away. So that should be a pretty nice little parallax effect. And then you have the top of the tower, which is where the nest of the pterodactyl monsters is. And there's two characters that are taken away from you at the start of the game that you can retrieve here. You can rescue them. And if you try to rescue them, of course, the pterodactyl demon mom shows up to defend her nest. Now, another little detail I need to handle is I need to put in something here so that when the raindrops hit like the floor, but it's a hole instead of the floor, it needs to it needs to not do the little like water splashes, right? So that's going to be something I'll need to I think I'll probably put some like invisible objects that I'll just place over everything that's supposed to be a hole, right? So here and here and here, and whenever a water drop is supposed to fall there, instead it's just gonna fall forever. So yeah, that's the idea. Yep, that's how you find those two. Yep. The only one of all of these characters, the only one that isn't actually recruitable in the game yet at all is Fritz, the one of the two goblins that. Oh, another thing I need to fix here. But yeah, Fritz, one of the goblins you get when you do a playtest run, doesn't actually have any way to be recruited in the game yet. I actually am not sure yet how you're gonna recruit him. But yeah, that's the new tower assets. So yeah, it's just a start. It's still very sketchy, but it is already so much better than what was there before. It is already a big difference, a big contrast from how it used to be. And yeah, that's it. That's the update for this week. So yeah, two areas have new assets. Some improvements for the pause menu, and So there's some layering, as you've noticed. There's some layering with the pause menu that's wrong, including the darkness effect, some of the roofs. I need to fix that. But yeah. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, pretty short little update. Next week, so I'm continuing work on some of the improvements on some of the menus. I'm trying to finish as many of the side quests as possible. There's still a few left. And I am running out of time on the time I was allotting to work on the Chapter 1 side quests. So hopefully I have time to do as many of them as possible. And otherwise, some of them I'm going to need to push into a little bit of the next month. Or maybe I'm going to need to think of them as stuff I'll be doing, like as an update later or something like that. Also, yeah, I'll need to be... there's some more assets we're going to be working on, like I said, for the interior of the workshops. Now, there are 2 weeks left before we do the big playtest. So this week and the next, I'm still going to be working on finishing as many side quests as possible. And the week of the 27th, November 27th to December 3, December 3rd is going to be the big playtest for Chapter 1. So yeah, I want to do as much. I want to have as much as possible ready for that playtest. So the testers are just going to be playing. They're going to be playing the shit out of Chapter 1, finding as many issues with it as possible. And so yeah, the more stuff is ready for them by the time they do the playtest, the more stuff is going to be sort of included in that. So yeah, I really want to do as much as I can before that. I think I should have most of the big quests. Most of the big, like, side quests should be there. I think I'm not doing too bad on time. I don't know if I'll be able to get all of them. I might need to prioritize a little bit when it comes to the more obscure side quest ones. I was hoping that I could get to working on that one super hidden sort of secret dungeon thing. But I don't think I'm going to be able to. I think I'll need to push that for later. The big, extremely disgusting themed secret dungeon of Chapter 1. Yeah, it's at this point I probably need to push that to later because too many of the big main side quests still remain to be focusing on stuff that's this secret right now. But yeah. So yeah, that's the update. If there's any questions, I can answer them. And otherwise, I will take a short little break to prepare. And when I'm back, I'll be playing Kingsfield, The Ancient City. A game that I have never actually finished. It's a game that I've tried playing before. I have it on PS2, but the disc is scratched and it doesn't really work so well. So I was never able to get really far into it. So now I'm going to try playing it with an emulator instead. And see where I can get with it. That should be fun. Should be a very, very immersive, atmospheric sort of game. It's a very good little dungeon crawler. Kind of a cult classic. All right, but yeah, if there's no questions, True and Hero, you're asking. I don't know if you're still around. What game is this? Well, I guess before I leave, I could show the little. I did record like a 3-minute introduction to explain what the game is, and that's a very good time to use that video. So I don't know if you're still around. True and Hero. No, don't think you are. All right. Well, so like I said, I'll be back in. Yeah, I'll take a look at just a little short break, because I just want to set up Kingsfield, and also I'm gonna take a little break, little walk outside. All right. But yeah, so thank you all for watching, and see you in like 30 minutes.